Good evening, everyone. The Wildcats grabbed a 4-3 victory over Minnesota Duluth in Game 1 on Friday night from the Berry. Tonight, the Wildcats would look to get the sweep over the Bulldogs. Wildcats put Matthias Israelsson in goal for Game 2 against Minnesota Duluth. Not the best start for the freshman, though. Early in the first period, Carson Saucy gets the pass over to Tony Kermanesi, who beats Israelsson. Bulldogs lead 1-0. Moments later, freshman Parker McKay will get a great opportunity to score, and he capitalizes. The Bulldogs go up early, 2-0. Coach Watt Kyle decided he had enough, and he was quick to replace his man in goal. Out comes Matthias Dahlstrom. Dahlstrom would get tested very early on, but he did stay alert in the matchup. The Bulldogs, though, they added another goal on Dahlstrom, and they go on to win the contest 3-1. In other WCHA scores, the Huskies grab a 4-1 victory over the Bowling Green Falcons. Baltus, Sturos, Patan, and Stamen all scored goals for the Huskies in the win over the Falcons. In high school hockey, Marquette defeated Plymouth 5-2, and Hayward finished day 2 from McInnes with a 9-1 victory over Lawrence. Well, from the scoreboard to the rink, Hancock trailed Heartland 2-1 after one period. Early in the second, the Bulldogs' Ted Rendell steals the puck from a defenseman and goes top shelf for a shorty, and that tied the game at 2. A couple minutes later, Bulldogs checking behind the Eagles' net ends up with Rendell feeding Brody Budwig for the quick shot and goal. That gave Hancock a 3-2 advantage at 5:04. Bulldogs, the momentum continues. Check out the puck control by Danny Hill. He's going to go all the way around the net. Then he spots Corey Turtelot. The Turtelot shot dents the twine, and that allowed Hancock to take a 4-2 lead at 9:21. The Bulldogs upset the state's #1 team in Division II by the score of 5-3. Hancock hosts Calumet on Tuesday. Well, the Northern Challenge took place at the Superior Dome with the Northern Michigan Wildcats, Lake Superior State Lakers, and the Michigan Tech Huskies all in competition. The women's 5,000 meter had a favorite going into the race, and it would be Cameron Burmeister of Northern Michigan, who's going to jump out to the early lead here. Burmeister would lap her opponents 3 times during the race to eventually grab the first place finish with a time of 17 minutes and 54.53 seconds. The real race, though, that came down to the finish between second and third. Lake State's Hannah Pasno and Northern's Catherine Swiderski would give a final sprint to the finish, but Pasno would edge out Swiderski for second. On to the 55-meter women's hurdle. Northern Jenny Chang would take her heat, and she would finish with a smile at the finish line. In the second heat, it would be Aini Millie and Jasmine King who would grab a 1-2 finish. But in the finals, it would be Jasmine King of NMU that would edge out Millie with a time of 8.58 seconds. Well, 6 racers, 1 heat for the women's 55-meter dash. The finish in the prelims came down to Lake State's Jasmine Mata in lane 1 and Northern's Avedon James lane 3 and Yasmin Jesselin in lane 4. The winner, though, in the finals would be Yasmin Jesselin over Avedon James by 1/100th of a second. In the women's long jump, Northern would have 4 jumpers, while Tech and Lake State had 2. Michigan Tech's Hannah Schnank would fault her first jump, but would jump 4.63 meters on her second. Northern's Paige Dutcher would get 5.16 meters on jump 1, and on jump 2, she hit 5.29 meters. Lake State's Sarah Swider would look to better herself on her third jump after she faulted twice to start her day. She did a little bit better. Here's her jump. However, Northern's Michelle Jurgen recorded 17 feet 8 inches on her jump, and she also won the high jump on the day. While the men's hammer throwers advanced to the finals, since there was only 5 of them, Michigan Tech would get a good throw on attempt number 1 by Michael Fram, who hits 14.10 meters on the throw. Now, Lake State's Nolan Livingston had a pretty impressive first throw. It measured out to 16.63 meters to quickly move him out to first. Here's his throw. He let out a scream as he threw it as well. Pretty decent throw for him. On his second throw, he's going to outdo himself, though. 17.32 meters or 56 feet and 10 inches. That throw would be enough to win Livingston the men's throw. Well, the Michigan Tech Cross Country Skiing Invitational was held on a beautiful day on the Tech Trails. Number 28 is the Huskies' Gasper Kunote at the start of the men's 10-kilometer freestyle race. He finished 5th in 26 minutes and 36 seconds. But the star of the day was the last racer who started for NMU.
Race leader right here. Race leader by 8 seconds. Ahead of Kyle. Seconds to Leo.
Number 41, Ian Torchia of NMU won the race in 25 minutes, 50.8 seconds. Former Wildcat Kyle Bertrude was second in just over 26 minutes, with NMU's Adam Martin and Jake Brown third and fourth. The Wildcats earned the team title on the day with 51 points, followed by the Huskies with 37 and the College of St. Scholastica in third. The women had a 5K freestyle race. Number 124 is Michigan Tech's Andrea Lee. She paced the Huskies with an 8th place finish in a time of 15 minutes, 15.9 seconds. Skiers started at 30-second intervals, so even though NMU's 129, Carolyn Brisboe, and 130, Nicole Schneider, skied well, it's number 131, Felicia Gisor, who won the event in a time of 14 minutes, 32.3 seconds. NMU's Vivian Hett was the runner-up nearly 18 seconds later, with former Michigan Tech skier Alice Flanders third. The Wildcat women also had a perfect score of 51, with the Huskies second, edging out St. Scholastica. Longer classical races will take place Sunday morning and afternoon. In women's GLIAC action, NMU falls to Northwood 76-46. Tech defeats Lake State, though, 66-44. On the men's side, Northern Michigan grabs a win over Northwood 82-69. However, Tech men fall 72-56. And finally, in high school basketball action, Maplewood Baptist boys and girls both picked up victories over Hannahville. Maplewood Baptist's Hannah May scored 25 in the girls' victory. And of course, for more sports scores and highlights, you can visit us online at uppermichigansource.com. Both Go Gibbet Community College men's and women's team both lost today, but Dylan Larkin actually won the Speed Skate Challenge at the All-Star Skills Challenge today. So Dylan Larkin, the rookie for the Detroit Red Wings, making waves in the season and now in the All-Star game.
All right, congratulations to him.
Definitely.
All right, thank you, Ethan.
You're welcome.